Welcome back, everyone. Another episode of the Stanley Parable.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
One last choice I have to make here. I'm just going to run through the story like I usually do.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
And then I'll check the last option. If there's nothing special to offer for me...
Yet there was not a single person here
Don't
either.
get fired.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Hoping he might coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Well, look at
Okay, I
this.
think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway. Quelle surprise.
I love you. Thank you for making this quicker. I got tired from this bullshit.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word Escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Maybe, maybe not. We'll see about that. You'll tell me.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Yep. But perhaps it is eternal life that lies beyond it. And fuck my life. I died so many times in this game. I should not be afraid of death anymore. What kind of bullshit I got myself
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Yep, this is the end. Huh? What?
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
What is this? A sound movie? Wait. That doesn't make any sense. Where am I? The Stanley Parable.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What
That's
exactly
right.
did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
Nothing. Ooh.
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Picture time. Corridor. Dun dun dun, the 2 doors. The office. Bottom sounds. Yeah. Credits? Really? That's quite simplistic. Where am I anyway? Heaven? Yep. This is the heaven of the Stanley Parable. Maintenance room. Yep, that's where I got the confusion ending. Jet green light. Alright, this game was in early access before. And I got... ooh, what is that? Warzone. Early in development, we designed an ending where Stanley would end up in a battlefield fighting aliens. The action game would become sentient and would wage war against the narrator. We realized shortly after starting to build it that it was far too jokey and on the nose for the tone of the game. Plus, some people interpreted fuck it as making fun of people who like shooters, which was not our intention. I see his point, even though that would be awesome. Next time, maybe. What do the lights in the control room do? I really want to know. Narrator emails. Nice. Why there's nothing here, just a corridor? Stanley office. From the left to the right, the evolution of Stanley office. First time we created November 2011, and the second on March 2012, and the third in 2013. Spectacular, actually. I'll look through the design more carefully. That is spectacular. I have to say, they thought through the design very carefully, and it was very, very impressive. I really enjoyed the game. After all, I did so many episodes from this. A lot. Every ending, perhaps. Motion room elevator. Yep. What is that? Countdown room. Oh, is it where the bombs go off? Perhaps. Freedom ending. This is where the freedom ending as in existed beta. Alright, the picture was different. Ooh, what is that? Countdown desk. One of the desks from the early version of the countdown ending. Early version. It tells me about the history of the game, how much the effort they put in it. Office clock. There were so many clocks, so it's not only the office clock. Boss office. Screens from the development of the boss office. Why this? Oh, it's only the no textures and all that. Underground, and an early version of the underground portion. Oh right, I went through the escape, which was lazy. Narrator outtakes. Kevin Bright. The voice of the narrator recorded dialogue of the entire game roughly 3 separate times over the 2 years of the development. These are clips from the early takes that were not used in the final game. Spectacular. Very spectacular. Employee lunch. I'm not willing to listen to the outtakes because I don't really hear what he's saying. I think we looked through everything here. I'll need to check it out though. The office. The box. Yeah, I think I have been everywhere by now. This is the exit. Oh, I was not here. Zending. This screenshot depicts an early version of the ending known as Zending, which was eventually cut and merged with another part of the game. I guess we'll see. Zending levers. The levers were originally part of the Zending. The player would pull a lever and the narrator would describe what color lever they had pulled. Why cannot pull them now? Because the narrator did not record this? The ending model. The ending went through many iterations. This room represents the fourth version of the ending, and we thought it was complete, but decided to abandon and change it again shortly before lunch. Oh, it was a shame. Escape menu. For a long time we had an ending that only ended when the player started from the escape menu. Unfortunately, very few players realized this was what they were supposed to do, and which was frustrating for everyone. I see the point. Perhaps it was in a better version which I did not play, and therefore I missed that one. Trailers. We ran 4 major teaser trailers over the course of the game's development, each meant to convey something about the spirit of the game. This is the first one released in May 2012. It features a series of the broken rooms and the voice of the narrator informing viewers that he is preparing a new version of the Stanley Parable. You know, I watched the trailer from Chilled Chaos or Serious Gamers or Cryos Gamers or whatever he called it before. He made a trailer for this. I remember this. He tried to make movement here, movement there. He was confused and all that stuff. I remember the trailers. That's why I got into the game from the first place. I watched his videos. I loved them, and now I play the game myself, and I loved every moment of it. After all, I did almost every ending possible. Perhaps, I think I need to do more research about that. Meeting room. Maintenance layout. Yep. The apartment timer. 10, 9. In previous version of the choice leading to apartment ending, a timer would give you 15 seconds to pick up the phone. Not picking up the phone will lead to a different ending. But we don't have the timer, so it was cut out. Unfortunately. The cargo lift. The second version is functionally the same as what is in the final game, but we wanted it to look more like a place where the cargo was actually stored. I see. The cargo lift. The cargo lift was always intended to offer the choice of staying on or jumping to a different path. However, after this early version, we decided we also wanted the option of the player falling to their death, which was hilarious because I did it on accident. By accident. For real, I'm serious. The lounge, the office, the emails. So far I'm enjoying my tour here. It is a shame that I have to leave it. Perhaps this is the ending. I need to just escape and press restart. Or I'll just go.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
Oh, I see your point.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen.
Because you black out the screen, woman.
But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let time...
Okay, I'm scared. I'm seriously scared. I either begin the game again or resume and die. But in the end, it just restarts and it's over. So nothing seriously happens anyway. So... Fuck. I'm dead, am I? Another ending where the people die, and well, Stanley dies. That's a shame, isn't it? Let's see. Escape, story, human. I'm just thinking about the endings. And confusion. These are the 4 endings where I see Stanley as alive. I'm not counting down the closing door because you perhaps died from starvation by the time commands came in. Death, apartment, bombs, this, falling to the death, going insane. Bloody hell, there are so many options, and I guess this game actually waits for me to press escape and restart the game, but I'm sure it will start for me soon enough. So I'm talking in the meantime. Yeah, I'm a retard and we didn't figure out that he needs to escape and press restart. So there are still 4 endings where I died. No, and the broken ending. I'm sort of alive and sort of not alive. So it's 5 against 5. Closing door. Bombs. This ending. Falling to death. Going insane. Yep, I guess it's 5 against 5. I guess I did like 10 endings already. Well, are you willing to do this? Oh well, perhaps it is one of these things. One thing for sure, the end is never the end, the end is never the end, the end is never the end, the end is never the end. That was the Stanley Parable, everyone. I thank you all for watching the series. Thank you all for staying tuned to the series. I hope you will stay with me to our series as well. We continue with the Metro in the meantime and all of that stuff. I'll try to find new games as well to, well, to investigate, to try in general. So I thank you all for watching. Thank you all. If something else that is I will research and find that can be found in the game, I perhaps will do another video, or just do it in general because I'm bored. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.